Now,
There we go.
that's what we're talking about. Okay. So your 2021 internet marketing plan. From time to time, I am going to have to get some water. Okay. So like I was saying, we're going to set some goals for 2021. How many leads do you need that are going to actually, how do you turn those leads into patients, new patients that show up for appointments? And how many of those do you need to actually hit your goal of, what it is you want to see this year? And the thing is, it's human nature. A lot of us forget to even set goals. We get in the habit of just running through our day, and we never stop and say, you know what, my goal this month is we need 30 new patients. We have some offices that, they're hitting 90 new patients a month, but they have goals and stuff. So we're going to set those goals, figure out how to hit them. We're going to cover the 3 fundamentals of marketing success, how to optimize.
It's live. Yeah.
Okay. If you can, y'all try to make sure you're muted, please. How to optimize your marketing for conversions in 2021. The big picture of all online marketing channels. Okay, so if you look at the different options out there, how can we look at the big picture and make everything, turn all of it into lead flow, the latest trends that you need to focus on for this year, and then developing a custom plan of action for you based on what you can be doing. All right. So if you can, turn off your cell phones, turn off Facebook. You're busy. If you're ever going to get distracted, it's going to be on the internet. I totally get it, but I want you to get the most out of this. If you're a chiropractor or healthcare professional and you're serious about getting results, the next 45 minutes or so, I promise if you really grasp what we're talking about, it will change your practice from here on out. And if you stay till the end, we've got a really cool little gift for you. It's going to be some really cool tools that you can take what we've talked about during this and actually build that plan out. Okay, so stay with me till the end so you can be able to take advantage of that. Real quick, a little bit about who I am. I'm the founder of Chiro Candy Marketing, multi-million-dollar agency for chiropractors. Co-author with Brady of Tribe of Patients, which is a really cool book. We've actually taken all of the strategies and things that we found work the best after managing over $5 million in paid ads for chiropractors, and we put them in this book called Tribe of Patients. I worked in office, which I mentioned a minute ago, for a chiropractor with multiple locations. I've had the privilege of traveling all over the U.S., speaking at different chiropractic events, even spoke to a group of chiropractors in London and in Paris. I'm a 3-time 2 Comma Club award winner through ClickFunnels. Now, that's not to brag, that's something we are proud of, but basically, if you don't know what that means we have built different funnels that have brought in over $1 million a piece, right? So the point is, we're good at what we do for us, and we're good at what we do for you guys. We know how to build funnels that's going to get results. I host the Chiro Candy podcast, had articles published in Chiro Economics, been a guest on pretty much all of the major chiropractic podcasts out there. And we have worked with hundreds and hundreds of chiropractors, and we have tons and tons of testimonial videos if you ever want to go take a look at those. But this is what we do. Our mission is to help chiropractors and other healthcare professionals spread their message and generate high quality new patients. Here's a picture of our team. And we're not going to go over all of it, but we are here. We are made in the USA. We are not an agency that has people in the Philippines. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like when we work, it's us here in the U.S. As a matter of fact, most everybody's in the States. We have most everybody's in Texas. Alex is actually in Louisiana. So here's a question. What's the hardest part about marketing your practice online? And does anybody want to, in the chat, comment in there? What do you find the most difficult when it comes to online marketing for your practice? Brady, can you see the chat and you can comment on what people are saying?
So we've got content. James got his audio fixed. conversions, rapid change, reaching people, getting a hold of all the leads. There's so many Facebook ads, Google ads, getting quality leads and show rates.
Yeah,
Knowing how to market.
that's and all those things are things that we deal with every day, and so we see it and we totally get it. And there's, one of the main things is there's so many options, and it's easy to get distracted. Whenever I worked in office, especially whenever I was the marketer, we always had people coming in saying, you know, selling ad spots for the high school calendar, right? Or wanting us to advertise on the back of the receipts at the grocery store or yellow pages. And it wasn't just the yellow pages. There used to be several different phone books, but there was all these different options. It's like, well, if I'm going to take money and focus it, I'm going to take my time and my effort and focus it. What do I pick? I mean, even online, you have SEO, pay-per-click, your website, all these different social platforms. How do I take all of this stuff and know what's going to help me generate the best results? So that's what we're going to cover. So it's a major investment, and you need to know, not just with money, but even your time and energy, where do you need to go to spend this money? Because how many of us have done this and not got great results? I mean, chances are we all have. Even that what we've done in Chiro Candy to get new business, sometimes it's like, well, that didn't work very well. What else can we do? So if you don't have a clear plan, you can overspend, or worse, underspend, and then underperform. So the whole purpose of this is to help you put together a plan. So let's look at the opportunity. Let's make out a clear goals and targets, okay? I'm going to skip over some of these because just for the sake of time. We want a great return on investment. So success is maximizing new patients and hitting your sales goals, which some people don't like the word sales. I think we all can agree people have to be sold to come in. You have to be sold to get up and go to the gym in the morning, right? You have to be sold to eat well. So let's set some clear goals. We're going to try to go over this part a little bit quick, but I don't want to skip it because it is important. Success is goals. All else is commentary. So you can just be a sailboat out there, and you know what? It's nice, it's pretty, but if you don't know where you're going, how do you know whenever you get there, right? And something else about a sailboat is you got to have wind, and goals is one of those things that's the wind that we get to harness. We can harness our goals to get us where it is we want to go. This is a Harvard study. You know what? I'm guessing some of you guys have already heard this. It's important to set goals. Those who set goals do better than those who don't. We covered that slide. You need goals. You need yearly goals. You need the goals for the quarter. What do you need to do this quarter that's going to help you attain the goals for the year? What do you need as far as goals for this month that's going to help you attain the goals for this quarter and this year? Then you can even break it down further. What do you need for goals this week that's going to help you hit the goals for this month, quarter, and year? And then it breaks down to even, today. So we've got to have these goals. So here's my question. What is your revenue target? And this is just something for you to take notes on and just think about it. And the sad thing is a lot of us, we never stop to actually think about this. We just, we get busy living life. But what are your goals? How much is that monthly? So this year, last year we did, let's just say that you're in office and you did $350 in revenue last year. But this year, your goal is 500. Okay, well, then you would break that down. What is that monthly? How many calls and how many new patients, what kind of traffic are you going to need to help you hit those goals? And for you to be able to figure that out, you also need to know what is your average patient value. This is so important. This is one of the things that we really try to drive home with our clients. We're working with right now almost 260 offices, pretty much just in the US. We do have some in Australia, Canada, and a couple other countries, but mainly here in the US. But you have to know how much a new patient, the lifetime value is of that patient. So you have to know your numbers here. This is what we're talking about right here. So I read this in Chiro Economics. They're saying that the industry average is 1,200. We ask our clients this a lot, and it's a lot different depending on what they're doing in office. I would say a big average is around 15%. I mean, 1,500. We have some offices that are doing different niches, and their average patient may be, worth $3,000 or even more. But it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is how much yours is. In your office, what is one new patient? What's the lifetime value of that patient? And then, how much are you willing to spend to get a new patient? And this is so important. In business, whoever's willing to spend the most to get a new client is actually what Dan Kennedy says. We're referring to it as patients. If $1,200 is what a new patient is worth over the lifetime of them being with you, how much of that are you willing to invest? Whoever's willing to invest the most is going to win. So in other words, let's say the guy down the street that you're only wanting to spend $50 for a new patient, or let's say 100 for a new patient, but the guy down the street is willing to spend 500 for a new patient, he's going to win. He's going to have more patients than you because he's willing to spend more money to get more patients. So let's say that you're currently at $40,000 a month, and you're willing to spend $300 to get a new patient. If your goal is 20 new patients from the internet, $300, that means you need to set aside $6,000 a month to hit those numbers. But if that's how it all works out, that $6,000 is going to net $18,000. But what if you're willing to spend up to 300, but you're willing to get, or you learn some tricks and strategies and you get that cost down to only 150, then that $6,000 nets 36,000. So you've got to know your numbers. Now here, if you're at 40,000, 6,000 is 15% marketing budget, which I'll admit, that's probably a little bit high for a lot of offices. Most offices are going to be 8 to 10% is what you should be allocating for budgeting for marketing. All right. So what is your average conversion rate? So whenever these new patients come in, if you have 10 new patients come in, how many of them are actually accepting care? So let's say that out of the patients that come in, you have a 70% conversion rate. That means if you have 20, if you want 20 new patients, then you have to have 29 people come in for you to get 20 new patients. Does that make sense? That actually accept care. The average show rate is around 30% from leads. Okay, so we're going to get in the weeds just a little bit here, but try to follow me. What we have noticed is if you have 10 leads from the internet, whether it's Google or Facebook or whatever, out of 10 leads, the average is a 30% show rate. Now, some of our clients are having a 50 to 60% show rate, but the average tends to be around 30%. So for those 29 appointments, that means you would need 96 leads. $6,000 budget, cost per lead needs to be under $62, which is actually, I mean, Brady can tell you that's high. Our goal is we want to see leads at $25 or less. So instead of 62, if you were spending this budget, this $6,000, but your goal was, but we were able to get leads, you were able to get leads at $25, that means 72 appointments would turn into 50 new patients. So looking at that, that means a $6,000 invested into marketing online would net $54,000. So if you're currently averaging 40, you add 54 in new patients, that's a 7-figure practice. Now, I know what you're thinking, Billy, they don't pay up front. I get that. But over time, because you're doing that this month, so it's going to increase your revenue this month, but you're doing it again next month, which is going to increase your revenue, and then again next month. So this 54,000 starts to compound and compound and compound. And we have so many offices that are doing over 7 figures a month, but it's not a, well, not a month, sorry. I don't think we have anybody doing 7 figures a month that I know of, but over 7 figures a year. But those are the ones who understand their numbers. They understand the importance of investing in marketing. All right. So you got to have a goal. So what's your goal for 2021? And you have to break down, how much do I need to spend and how many leads do I need to get the patients that's going to get me to hit this number. Okay. All right. So let's look at some fundamentals. I love this. This is something else Dan Kennedy came up with. These are just fundamentals. He calls it the marketing triangle. So you have your message, which is what? It's chiropractic. Unless you're doing other niches, it could be, neuropathy, weight loss, nutrition, whatever it is. You have your message, which is what it is you're doing, your service. And then you have the market, which is another side of the triangle. This is who you're doing that service for. And then you have the media, which is how you're getting your message to that market. You have to have all three of these sides to grow your business. You can't have just a message and a market. Now, some people do. I mean, there are a lot of chiropractors out there. They're doing chiropractic. Their market is, people in their community, and their media is strictly referrals. They don't do anything else. And so I get that. But you have to have all three of these pieces to be able to grow. Just basic fundamentals. So the first thing is knowing your market. Who is your ideal customer, your ideal patient? Now, we're not going to go too deep into this. This is something you need to do on your own, but you need to understand what are their pains. Now, obviously, it could be back pain, neck pain, but even other things. What's keeping them up at night? What are their fears? With the economy, what's going on with their jobs? How can you meet them where they are? And then what are their goals? What are their desires? What are their dreams? What are their aspirations? The more you know about how your patient thinks, the better you're going to be able to serve those people. So whenever, I'm going to stop sharing just real quick. Whenever COVID first hit, and so here we are at the end of March, beginning of April, we obviously had a lot of clients say, hang on a second, we need to pause our campaigns. We don't know what's going on. We didn't know what was going on either. We just, what's going to happen? And as a leadership team, we got together and we kind of went through this. Okay, what's going on with our clients? Where are they right now? And we knew everybody was scared. I don't want to say everybody was concerned. That's a better word. And we thought, how can we meet our clients where they're at? We realized people, if they've never been to your office before, right now they're going to be hesitant. So let's not go after brand new people. What about reactivations? And we came up with a strategy to let people know, existing patients that haven't been in a while, hey, this is Dr. Smith. Just wanted to touch base, let you know we're still here. And so we developed this reactivation campaign that was incredibly successful and helped so many of our clients, especially during those months. But it was because we knew our clients, we knew where they were, we knew what problems they were having, and we put together a plan to do that. So it's not just about Facebook and it's how can you serve, your patients where they're at? What are some things that you can be doing? So let's get back in here and we're going to go over some more of this.
Hey, real quick, we had a question in the chat. I'd love for you to help clarify. So Jess S was asking the 8 to 10% of the marketing budget. Is that 8 to 10% of their monthly revenue is recommended to be put towards marketing? Is that what you were saying?
Yes. Yeah. I would, right now, if you don't have it, I understand, but you want to get to 8 to 10% of your revenue, not profit. This needs to be, it needs to be an investment or an expense that you just have every month. The most successful practices that we work with that I know of in the US, one of the things that the owners, which are, typically the chiropractors, one of the things they all have in common is they think like business owners, not just like chiropractors. They don't mind investing the money. I'm a small business owner. I get it. So at first it's like, ugh, what can I do for $2,000? Hey, that's fine. Let's start there. But whenever you can, once you start seeing that you can get a positive return on your investment, then it makes it easier. It's like, you know what? Hey, I'll spend 10 grand all day long, not all day, but I'll spend 10 grand a month if it's going to produce XYZ results. But you also have to be careful. I remember whenever I was working in office, we did a campaign for one of our locations. This was back in like 08. And we had 80 new patients come in one month. And during that, we were so excited because all these people were scheduling, but we were not ready for it. And it was not, 80, who would love 80 new patients in a month? It was bad. It didn't work well. We were not ready. We didn't have the systems and processes in place. We were seeing around 110 a week at the time, and it was overwhelming. Some of our existing patients got mad because it was just the chaos and they quit. And so, but you have to be prepared for it. All right. Okay. Let's jump back in here and we're going to start getting into some of the good stuff. I'm going to skip over some of this. If any of you guys want these slides, just message us and I'll get you a copy of the slide deck. So, if you're having problems taking notes. So this just says, if you can see Mary Smith through Mary Smith's eyes, then you can attract Mary Smith as a new patient. One of the things we say in marketing is you want to enter the conversation they are already having in their head. Okay, so let's talk about crafting your message. What are some things that you do that that's different than your competition? What are some things that you can do that your avatar, that's just another name for your ideal patient. What are some things that they would really resonate with? I'm going to skip over some of this. Okay, not this. This is the good stuff. I was really wanting to hurry up and get here. This is probably the meat of what it is I want to talk about. This was made popular by somebody in advertising years ago named Eugene Schwartz. And it was just level of awareness. And so many people, okay, Brady, can you see my mouse?
Yes.
Okay. So many people in your community they're unaware of any problem. They're unaware of you. I mean, how many people have been in practice for 15 years and you get new patients and they say, oh my goodness, I didn't even know you were here. And they've been driving past your office for 15 years. But some people are just unaware. Then you have problem aware. Okay, you know what? Maybe I do need to see okay, there is a problem. Solution aware would be your services, product aware, and most aware. So we want to get people up to the top of this triangle. All right. If we flip it upside down, this is what marketers refer to as a funnel. So we have people that are unaware, problem aware, solution aware, and then most aware. So funnel just being like a marketing campaign. If you are reaching the people that are unaware, your funnel length has to be longer. This process is going to take a longer time. But if you're reaching the people that are most aware, it's a short funnel. It doesn't take long because they're already aware of the problem, the solution, they're aware of you. They are ready, right? These are hot prospects, if you will. So online, whether it's Google, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, we want to attract these people and turn these people into these people, right? We want to move people to most aware. So in your messaging, let's say you're going to do some videos for your community, which is something that we really try to get our offices to do all the time. This is more of an indirect messaging. Okay. So down here would be more direct, like, hey, new patient special, this is what we're doing, or, Dr. Smith is now accepting new patients, and people that are most aware are going to be like, yes, awesome, sweet, but these indirect stories start to build this know, like, and trust factor. Then you have what's called the PAST formula, which we'll talk more about this in a second. I'm pretty sure I have. Yes, we're going to cover that in just a second. This would be more problem solution. Hey, headaches. It's one of the things we see people come in our office all the time with headaches. A lot of people don't understand that they can be cervical issues. And so you do some content on headaches and, um, upper cervical, stuff like that. And then even testimonial videos. But the further down the funnel, okay, or the most aware you get, your offer can be a little more direct. Something else about this is the prices. If you were trying to reach these people, you know what? You got to have a cheap price because you need something to attract them. But when you're reaching these people that are most aware, you can actually have higher prices and attract these people. So it's just something else to consider. So let's talk about understanding video success. One of the great things about doing videos for your community is you get to take the message of whatever it is you're doing in your office. Okay, we're just going to say chiropractic. You get to take that message and deliver it in bite-sized chunks to your community. Because I promise you right now, as you're sitting there watching this, people are driving past your office that want what it is you do. They just don't know it. They don't want to be taking medication. They want to be sleeping better. They don't want to be in pain. They want a healthy family. They want a more vibrant life, but they don't know that you can help them get that. So you start doing these videos and it builds this know, like, and trust factor. They start to know what you do, how you do it, why you do it. And then, especially with Facebook and Instagram, we get to build a retargeting audience. So we can tell Facebook, hey, if somebody watches 25% of this video or 50% of this video, put them in another audience and I want them to see my next video. And so it's very, very, very powerful. And it's a great way to build an audience, and it helps you build massive authority. One of the things I want to say real quick is when you're doing a new patient offer, and there's a lot of, Facebook companies out there, and they're like, look, let's do a $21 offer. And then you get people to respond, and then they're just low quality. Okay. Now they're valuable to their family. They're valuable to their church. Yes. Are they valuable to you? No. They're just not high quality like you want. They don't have the money or whatever. It's because they're not saying yes to you. They're saying yes to the offer. We want to build an audience of people who, when they see you, they know, like, and trust you. Now, when they see this offer, they're not saying yes to the offer. They're saying yes to the doctor. They're saying yes to the office. And that they feel like that rapport has kind of already been established, at least on their side of things. These are the people who show up for appointments. These are the people that accept care. That's what we're trying to do here. And we want to use these different social media platforms strategically to get us there. Okay. So what do you do videos on? What are some different content ideas? This is a super cool website. It's called answerthepublic.com. This is just so cool. And I've recently found out about this. But if you go to answerthepublic.com and you can just type in chiropractic, and then look here, it says, are, who, why, what, which, and it's all of these different search terms and different topics around chiropractic. But it can help give you some ideas on what to make videos about. Now, I will say this, you want to keep your videos short, 1.5 to 2 minutes. You don't want to go a long time. You want to keep them short and digestible. Why? Because people aren't going to watch a long video. Not online, not when they're on Instagram or Facebook. Like we said earlier, if you're going to be distracted, it's going to be on the internet. So you want to keep them short. But you can take whatever topic you want and put in here. You can type in nutrition. You can type in, paleo diet or keto diet, or you can type in sleep, mattresses, right? If you want to talk about, what they need to look for in a mattress, or whatever content that resonates with people in your office, that the message that you want to get to your community, you can type just a keyword in here, and it's going to give you tons of different ideas to make content on. Something else is what we have, and I'm going to give you a copy of this at the end of the presentation. I'm going to give you a link. We already have this built out for you, but it's a content brainstorm idea, and it's broken down into different sections. You know, what are some things that you're an expertise, you're expert in, your expertise and experience. Sorry. So different things. We already have some stuff on here, but this is just to kind of get you thinking. What are some conditions that you could do videos on? What are some trends going on in the community? You know, you can talk about the election. You may not want to talk about the election. You may want to talk something about COVID, or, you know, if it's a certain time of the year, you may want to talk about different holidays. Just get creative. What's going on? What are trends that people are talking about? And you can do a video on that. Because especially if they're talking about it and then they see something in their news feed about that, it's going to get their attention. This is a great one, collaboration. Who are some people in your community that you can do a video with? Okay, I put on here like the mayor. Let's say that there's a new mayor, or the mayor happens to be one of your patients, and you do a video about things going on in the community. Well, now you have something that they're willing to share also. This is great with like a restaurant owner or a gym owner or somebody that owns a health food store. You know, you could do, or even a medical doctor, you can do videos, collaboration videos with other people in your community that not only you can promote to your audience, but also to their audience that's going to give you more leverage. What are some of the top questions that patients ask? What are some of the top problems that they face? You can do a section on what are the questions you wish a new patient would ask. So you can start filling this out, and then anytime you go to do a video, you don't have to wonder what you're going to do. You can come on here and then pick something. So now that you know what you're going to do a video on, what do you say? This is what we call our past script, and it simply means problem, agitate the problem, lay out the solution, and then take action. Now, this is great for any marketing campaign. All right, it's just, we help chiropractors write books also, and this is our formula for writing a book. What's the problem that your book's going to solve? We want to take that problem, agitate it a little bit, lay out the solution, and then have some type of call to action. Now, I will say this, on your videos, you don't want a big call to action. You don't want to sound like a mattress salesman, okay? So let's say, for example, we'll use the headache and cervical issues. So you've got, let's do this. Let's say you have the spine. And something else we really recommend is to use prompts when you do your videos, because this may be normal for you. It's not normal for other people to see, you know, especially in their Facebook feed. So you can be talking about cervical issues and headaches, and you explain, you know, what's going on and, you know, why it causes headaches. And then you get into the T, right? PAST. But wait, if you're one of the next 20 people to come in, you know, we're going to do this special, and you don't see other medical professionals do that. You know, you're going to lose so much credibility. So if you're doing a video, your call to action needs to be very professional. You know, listen, we see people like this in our office all the time. If you or someone you know is suffering with this, we would love to see if we can help. We'd love for you to reach out to our office. And then there's other things you can do in the comments or in the description that points them on what to do next. But you don't want to be too salesy in your videos. All right. Okay.
Hey, so Dr. Justin just pointed out on that model spine you have, the head is on backwards. So he said that patient would definitely have headaches.
Is it? Okay. Well, that would. All right. So, okay, right here. You can batch your content. So let's say that you do, okay, 1 to 2 minute videos. Sorry, 1 2-minute video a week. Let's say that that's your goal. And this is what we want our clients to do, is 1 2-minute video a week. That's ideal. Well, you can batch it. You can set aside, you know, 30 minutes once a month and record 4 different videos. We do suggest that you change it up, right? You want to use different models. You want to have, be in front of a nerve chart or in front of x-rays, or have somebody else in the video with you, or be at different locations. Maybe you want to record one when you're at the gym or you're at a restaurant. This is one we talk about a lot. Let's say you're at a restaurant. Chances are your patients eat at the same restaurant. You could do something like, look, we're here at XYZ restaurant. My spouse and I love this place. But when I'm talking to patients, they always say they make great choices at home. They struggle making good choices when they go out to eat. So I'm just going to show you some healthy choices you can pick here. So you do a video like that. And what's great is it's also kind of like a collaboration video. Chances are you're going to be able to get that restaurant to share your video on their page, and it helps build your audience. All right. So anyway, change things up, batch your content, and then use the content brainstorm sheet. All right. So what we do, we have what's called our Perfect Patient Tribe Turbine. And this is stuff you don't have to use us. You can do this on your own. We just kind of mapped out our process. So when somebody starts working with us, we have an onboarding process, and then they get access to some special training. And we teach, like we show you we do a deep dive into great videos, but we also have training for your staff to follow up with the leads, and tips and tricks and scripts and things like that. But you take your initial offer. This is where most agencies, this is all they do. What's your new patient offer? And then they blast it to all of the unaware people in your market. And you know what? You can get leads from that. But we want you to do some videos. So let's say you do a video once a week on different topics. Remember, we're telling Facebook and Instagram to build an audience of people who are watching these videos. Now you take that same offer and start showing it to the people who've been watching your videos. Those are the people that you want coming into your office. So this is one of our clients, Dr. Travis. This was a video he did of a newborn getting adjusted. Then he did a video on bulletproof coffee. He hired a new associate. So he did a video introducing the new associate. Here's one where he's talking about, cervical issues. And he's got not only does he have, a model, but he also has a whiteboard. All of these are different. If you stand in the same spot to do all your videos, on a subconscious level, people think they've already seen it and they're just going to scroll right past it. So you need to be able to break it up. Something else with this helps us build a warm audience. So let's talk about Google. Facebook and Instagram and Google, it's 2 totally different mindsets. On Google, people are searching chiropractor near me. And that's a hot prospect, right? That's somebody who's actively looking for you, but they don't call. Why don't they call? I mean, some people will. Chances are, hopefully, you're getting calls from Google right now, or from search engines. But let's say you're getting 10 a month. Chances are 100 people a month are going to your website, because you're not going to have 100% of the people call. So what we can do, as long as you have the pixel set up, and this is why we really like our offices to not only do Facebook and Instagram, but also do Google, because we can do paid per click or Google ads. And these are people that are really, really warm. I mean, these are hot people that we get to put in the same audience. So let's say that they search for you, they go to your site, and then the phone rings. The baby starts crying, the boss walks in. There's 1,000 reasons why they didn't call. But now the next time they're on Instagram, they're going to see your videos. The next time they're on Facebook, they're going to see your videos. Not one, but several, right? This is what we call our tribe turbine. It builds a group of people who start to know, like, and trust you. And this is really what you want to do. You're not just after new patients. Yes, you are. I totally get it. But you want the ones who are going to be the best people. So real quick, some different equipment that you may want to look at getting. Don't use fancy DSLR cameras, anything like that. Use your smartphone. You do want to make sure you have good quality audio. You can get these lapel mics that plug straight into your phone for around $20 on Amazon. You may want to have a good light, like a ring light or something. These are also very inexpensive. These Gorilla Pods, I actually have one right here. They look funny, but they are great. They're very, very sturdy. They just work fantastic. So those are just some very small things. You're looking, I mean, even if you got all this, maybe $140 to get this. Do you have to have it? Not necessarily, but these are some things that could help. Okay, let's try to wrap this stuff up. You know what? Let's see here. Okay, what's your message? We talked about that. Let's choose the media that converts. So this is kind of going back. I touched on this a minute ago. So unaware, people on Instagram and Facebook, they're really, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are problem unaware, right? They're not there looking for you. Nobody goes on Facebook trying to find a good chiropractor, right? That's what they use Google for. So people that are using Google are going to be the most aware. They're already aware of the problem, aware of the solution. They're trying to find the best solution for their problem. So these are hot. So we want to take the videos and things to help build audiences that move all of these people up to most aware. All right. So we refer to it like this. We want to dig a pond, and Facebook and Instagram allow us to do this. We want to dig a pond and then tell Facebook and Google what fish to put in that pond. So people that have been to your website, people that have searched for you on Google, people that have been engaging with your Facebook and Instagram posts, people that have watched certain percentage of your videos. We put all them into a pond, and then you get to go fishing. Instead of fishing for everybody in your community, we want to focus on specific people who know, like, and trust you. That's the key strategy here. So with Dr. Travis, we built a retargeting audience. So his tribe of over 10,000 people in only 3 months doing this strategy. Well, what if he never did anything to a cold audience on Facebook again? If he just focused on marketing to these 10,000 people, how many of those people does he need to come in to totally transform his practice? Not a whole lot. So that's one of the things that we want to focus on, is building this audience, establishing you as the go-to authority. All right, so let's talk about taking all this stuff and how do we put it together in a plan. So I'm going to give you this content brainstorm, but we also did something different with this. There's a second sheet on here. So I'm guessing most of you know how to use Google Sheets. There's a different tab. So we have the examples, which was the first here. And then you have content calendar. And this is just broken up by month. And there's just some sample stuff on here. I'm a believer. Matter of fact, Brady and I go to church together. The pastor of our church always breaks down sermons into monthly series. There's a lot of people that do that. You could do something similar. You can decide, you know what? February is going to be about low back. Here's an idea. You could do February all about mattresses and, proper sleeping positions and other stuff. Well, anyway, y'all probably see the correlation there. But March, you also have March Madness, basketball things going on. So you can try to theme stuff with that, or you can just pick specific conditions that you're going to focus on every single month. So if you can see on here, we have low back, sleep, exercise, headaches, nutrition, whatever you want it to be. These are just some samples, and then you can break down some different ideas of what you may want on there.
Yeah. Some things to keep in mind when you are doing that, though. You don't want to open the video and go, "Hey guys, Dr. Brady here, and welcome to week 3 of our headache series." You don't want to open with that, because if I didn't see the first 2 weeks, then I'm going to think, oh, I haven't seen this, and then they're going to stop watching. So you can still make it a series without actually titling the video week 3 headaches, right? Have each individual week a different topic on under that same umbrella.
Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, so what are your top 3 marketing initiatives that you want to implement for 2021? So be thinking about it. Are you doing anything on Facebook and Instagram right now? I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, about, posting. He's actually in hospice. Well, it was Alex. It was Alex's dad, who's one of our team members, and we were talking about marketing on Facebook, and he had some questions. And I was like, we don't post stuff on offices pages. You can. You're just not. Nobody's going to Facebook looking for you. They're not necessarily going to your Facebook page. We want to build out things, and then we want to go out and find the right audience. So, are you doing anything online right now? Are you doing pay-per-click? What type of videos are you doing? So write down some of your goals that you want to implement for 2021. Set goals, make a plan, and deliver your message. Your community needs your message. I don't think I've ever met another profession or been involved in another profession that is more passionate about their message than chiropractic. Okay. Maybe pastors and ministers, right? And maybe network marketers. I mean, those guys can, get pretty passionate about their message too. But your community needs your message. The problem is they don't know it. And if you can get enough people in your community to know what you do, why you do it, how you do it, that's going to build an audience of people who look at you as the go-to authority. And that's what you want to do. Okay. Takeaways. We're kind of running out of time. So let's do this. So for you to get this worksheet, just go to chirocandy.com/video brainstorm. And just because I have Facebook pulled up, I'm going to put this in here. So if you are in Facebook, you're going to have the link video brainstorm. So that's where you go and to get this. You can even download the Perfect Patient Tribe Turbine just so you can kind of review that. There's even a link to a video that you can watch that explains this a little bit more in detail. So if you want to talk, we work like currently, I think, Brady, what is it, close to 260 offices we're currently working with?
Yeah, we'll probably break 260 by the end of this month.
Okay. I knew we were right there kind of on the bubble of that. There's tons of testimonials. We can get you all the videos and stuff that you wanted to see. Here's our team. We've had 20 something, new people just this month. But if you want to schedule a call just to see what it's like to work with us, I know a lot of people on here are already clients, and we're very, very thankful that you took the time. We wanted this presentation to be beneficial to you and also just, anybody, just the profession in general. We wanted to share a lot of cool nuggets and strategies. But if you did want to schedule a call, right now, we have room like over the next week or so for about 10 new people. Our staff is phenomenal at what they do, but we've also had a lot of new doctors sign up over the past, just this month being January, a lot of new people coming on board, and we don't want to overwhelm our staff. But if you want to just schedule a call for several reasons, maybe you want to see what it would look like to work with us. Maybe you want us to kind of take a look at what you're doing right now. Maybe you're working with somebody else, and you want us to take a look to see if there's any recommendations that we can do. Maybe you have somebody in office that's already handling this for you, and you just want some tips and stuff. You can still schedule a call with us. So you can go to chirocandy.com/schedule. It'll take you straight to the calendar. Pick out a time and date that works best for you. And then after that, it's going to take you to a page. It's going to ask you a little bit of questions about your practice. How long you've been in practice? What are you seeing? How many patient visits are you seeing a week? Things like that. That's just going to help us better prepare for the call to know how we can help you better. So are there any questions?
Yeah, we've had some questions in the chat that I want to address. Someone keeps asking about quality leads. They're getting leads, but they're having a hard time converting. There's a few things that we do. Obviously, one with the videos. You want to make sure you're making videos. And don't just think because you use a video in your ad, it's going to be a better quality lead. It goes back to retargeting. The whole point of the videos is to build that warm audience of people that know, like, and trust you. And then instead of taking your new patient offer ads and showing them to everyone, really focus them in on people that have watched your video. So that's one of the things that we find to get higher quality leads that are going to convert better. Another thing you can do, instead of just asking for a lead's name, email, and phone number, if you're really having a hard time converting your leads and you want to get higher quality ones, you can switch that form out with something that's like more of a survey, to where it asks more question about, what have you tried before? Have you ever been to a chiropractor? What kind of symptoms have you been having? How motivated are you? If you're a cash-based practice, that would be a good spot to say, hey, we do not accept insurance, but we do have affordable cash plans for your family. Just things like that to make sure they're a little bit more pre-qualified. And then thirdly, what we do with a lot of our offices are prepaid appointments, to where the patient is actually paying for that spot once they go to the scheduling page. And so let me take a step back. What that would look like is you have them sign up as a lead, and then you want to take them to a page with an online calendar. Now, a lot of the times with these calendars, a lot of your EHRs are not going to integrate with online booking softwares that also accept Stripe. So what we formatted is, we'll say, please request a day and time below, and then one of our team members will call you to confirm that spot. That way you can still use these online scheduling softwares and make it a lot easier to reach out to these patients, but take it a step further is setting up prepayment. And so if all you do is integrate Stripe, which is a credit card processor, with your online scheduling software, no one's gonna take out their wallet and like pay for that appointment right there. It varies. You might have like 1 to 5% of all of your leads do that. But what you can do is incentivize prepayment. So what this might be is, if you're running a new patient offer for $47 for the exam and x-rays, you could say, hey, if you prepay online, we'll give you an additional $20 discount towards only $27. So what that looks like is, now people are like, oh my gosh, I get an additional discount if I prepay. Or maybe you normally include x-rays on that initial visit. Don't mention that in the ads. Wait to mention that till you get to the schedule page, and then say, hey, if you prepay for your appointment, then we'll include x-rays at no additional cost. So now you've got people that are incentivized to actually prepay for your appointment. And if you have someone that takes out their credit card and pays for their appointment before they ever come in, you basically guarantee that they're not going to no-show, or if something does come up, they're going to reschedule. Like, those people are committed. And so that's what we do with a lot of our clients, and they're killing it. It's dramatically improving their show rates. And even if you have some kind of automated text messages and emails that go out to these leads as they sign up, still call them. We've got a flow chart that shows how your follow-up time affects conversion rates with patient leads. And now, I know that's not going to be 100%, but that's why it's good to have something set up in the back end, like online scheduling with a prepayment option is a great way to get those high quality leads. And so if you did want us to or talk to us about setting something up like that for you, feel free to reach out to us. You can schedule that call. What was the link, Dad? chirocandy.com/schedule.
Schedule. That's it. Yep. So let's see. There was another question here.
All right. Hey, I'm getting some. Look, if you're one of our clients that pay us monthly, and you have a question, feel free to email me, brady@chirocandy.com. Sending me an email or a message on the chat on Zoom. I'm not going to be able to go through and answer these one by one.
Well, I know, let's see, David, I don't know who this is, it just says David, is already a client and wants to implement the prepay option. Do I contact my rep? Yes. Just whichever one on our team handles your stuff, just reach out to them and they get that done. Let's see, my practice has really grown since using Chirocandy. Cool. A couple of weeks ago, I had 20 new patients in 1 week. Wow, thanks. I like Spencer. Awesome. Okay, any other questions?
Well, guys, I am going to have to run. My wife is actually a few months pregnant, and she has her prenatal chiropractic appointment. And we're actually, for the Chirocandy team members and any of our clients that do prenatal chiropractic care, we are actually getting some content filmed today that we can use on all of our clients that do pregnancy chiropractic ads that I need to go do right now and take those pictures and videos of my wife. So, Dad, I'm going to make you the host and head out.
Okay, thanks.
We also have another question with Taylor that she could answer for them?
Yes, I see that on here. I will cover that here. Thank you, Liz. She is one of our awesome team members. Okay, the paid group. Let's see, Daisy had a question. What's the link to the paid group? That's not for our existing clients. That's for those who have bought our course. And you would just search Chiropractic Marketing University, and there's a private group that should come up, and then you fill out the information, and then we have to approve you to make sure that you got the course. But some of these questions, like if there's some we don't get to, we're going to go back through them. And in the free Facebook group, I will make sure we answer those. So, okay. Plan to have online scheduling with Platinum system. Okay, so it's for, I don't know if I understand that question. I know what Platinum is. That's probably a question that Brady would be able to answer a little bit better than me, knowing how to integrate the calendar. One of the things we want to be careful, having leads going straight into your EHR system is going to get a bunch of people in there that may not be serious. So we really recommend using something different. And then as they schedule, then you can move them over. You know, once you know they're committed and they are coming in, then you can put them in your system. Would be what we recommend with that. Marketing, as far as the new iOS update, we do have some information on that. What we'll do is, let me make myself a note. It's a little bit more to cover than real quick on here. In the Facebook group, we will do a video to explain what's going on with that iOS update. But that is a great question, and a lot of people have been asking. What new strategies do y'all have? Oh, this is probably all goes back to the new iOS update. Okay, is there any other questions? That looks like that might be it. But look, we really appreciate you guys. If there are things, we're wanting to start doing these probably about once a month, just on different topics. So if there are certain things that you would like us to cover, if we get enough questions or enough people talking about the same topic, we will put together a training on it to help you guys. But we really appreciate it. If there's anything we can do to help out at all, please reach out. All right, let's see. Looks like somebody else. Thank you, everyone. Does it integrate with Platinum? Do you ever do webinars on story branding? Story branding, are you talking about, is it Donald Miller, Dr. Bachman? Is that who you're referring to? On building a story brand, like the book? Because I did do some training. If you're a client, I did do some training on that. Okay, yes, it's a great book inside of the training portal. So we also have an app. So either if you're on the app or you just log into the dashboard. Oh, thank you, Liz, for posting that. If you, I do have some training on building a story brand on there. If you guys haven't read that book, I've got a bunch of bookcases in here. I'm not sure where it's at. It's a phenomenal book on, yeah, I don't see it though, or else I'd grab it to show you guys. It's by Donald Miller. You guys can just go to Amazon and look up Building a Story Brand. It's fantastic. It's basically your message needs to be about them, not about you. Not about, hey, look how awesome we are. It needs to be your messages, your video, your content needs to be able to take them from where they are to where they want to be. And one of the examples he uses is like, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, right? Han Solo, you want to be Han Solo. You want to take Luke, which would be your new patient or your ideal patient, and help them accomplish everything that they need to do. Kind of what the book's about is how do you craft your messaging to do that. So it's very good. All right. Any other questions? Well, that's it. We went over a little bit. Hope you guys found it valuable. I am also going to put a link to the slides in the Facebook group. So we'll just do, download the slides there. Yeah, I want to change some of the things on the slides before you guys go straight to that. So, okay. All right. Well, thank you guys. If you have any questions, reach out to us. See ya.